Hello out there. I wanted to do a video for you that you can share with your photographer. That it's basically like how to be a book designer. But because a large part of being a book designer is choosing the right photo, and your photographer is going to be a part of that mix. So let's get started. This is just a 6x9 book designing template that I created. The blue area is what's called bleed. And so that will actually be cut away after your book cover is printed. So that's drop. The pink area is, I like to have about a 1/2 inch of text-free area on the book covers that I design. It just makes it look cleaner. So this is just my template that I use. The spine doesn't have anything on it right now, and it won't during this tutorial. Okay, so I have the image that y'all selected. So this is the original proportion of the image. You can see it is not the proportion of this book cover. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start by just sizing this frame to fit the full book cover. And so you can see it doesn't fill up the book cover all the way initially, but I can force it to fit. I mean, it doesn't change the proportion. It just fills it. It fills the screen. So right away, one thing about this particular photo, which I know y'all are reshooting, but I'm just working with this, is we want to look for a center point. Not that every book cover is going to be center point driven. You can have, covers that are left alignment or right alignment, but generally we start with a center point of focus. So this particular image, the finger and the center of the car, that is going to need to be the center point. So if I adjust this image to where that's in the center, then this is what we have here. And if I pull that up like that, okay. So that's going to give us room on the bottom for your name. I actually already have your text typed in. Now it's not, I don't know what your subtitle is, so I just made one up. But let's see, move that down. Okay. So we can see that when I put the text on there, that hand is in the way. And it can be softened. There's things that I can do, but I know like that is a big part of the story. So what I suggest is, let me see if I already have this open. Okay, so I already have it open over here in Photoshop. So I'm just going to do like a total hack job just to show you what would need to happen. All right, so this was your original image with just my made-up subtitle. And this is after I found a hand that is more horizontal to the picture. So that's going to free up room up top. I still need to move this up a little bit. I mean, and that's not even the font you probably want and whatever, but basically there needs to be room up here for the text to go. And this creates a great horizontal center as well. And the sky is bright and clear, and with just a little bit of texture, that greenery, they set their f-stop to where it blurs out the background, which is great. A blurry background is great and very light or very dark, either way. I just need there to be room for the text to go so that I don't have to create room or force the room. I can do that, but I prefer to work with the image in as much of a natural state as I can get it. So, I mean, that is a pretty good cover right there. If that was actually a real hand. I love how the car is centered. The color palette they're using actually works really well. So my other critique about this about this photo is that down here where your name is, the shadow from the child's hand is really dark. So it just creates a dark spot right there in the middle, which looks great visually until you try to put text on top of it, because when you have both a light and dark area, then you can't, that like black text is either going to look good on a light background, or you need a white or a pale text to go on a dark background. So, but something like that, that is something I can pop over in here and see if my Photoshop wants to play nice today. I can clone that area. That's a little, let me pick a softer brush. Okay, I can clone this area over here. And, you know, I would spend more time than what I'm doing right now. And I can make that go away. So, but I do like the reflection from the toy car. That's nice. Let's see. Save that back out. And then that's fine. Update this. Okay, so you can see how that can be adjusted. So, I mean, I had a good clean area to clone from. So all of that stuff needs to be taken into consideration. Like if this had a bunch of toys down here, random toys, then I can't just clone that into a clean space. All right, so for the front cover, this is great. What I would have to do though for the back cover, like this cannot be, will not be able to be a continuous image, this particular image, because no text is going to go on this area right here. Just too much going on. So what I would do is in the front cover there, and then I would, what I personally would do, different designers do different things, is if you had enough of the sky that I could blow this up and still maintain the high resolution, would probably do something, you know, like this, just keep going bigger till it's just sky. And, you know, depending on what your little black background blur is like, like I don't do that. Don't like that, I mean. So I would just play with it and create a clear space for the text to go. I think, I don't know if you would see my back cover design samples, but I can send you, I'll attach that with this. So I hope that is helpful. The back cover definitely will need to be as clean as possible, but it can be a separate image. Like if she just wants to take, you know, a completely separate image of the background setting, I can work with that. And that's always a good thing to do. It's what I recommend people do, is to remove all of the props and just take a really good photo, a very wide, not closely cropped, but a good photo of just the background, because you never know when a designer needs to use some of those elements to finish out the cover, you know, to maybe retouch something on the photo. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, and let me know if I can answer any questions.